Hey everybody, welcome back to Dave's Open Range. Today we're going to do a quick little gear checklist, checkout, update, whatever on a camping trip we're doing next weekend. So I thought I'd just post a quick video on what we're taking, or at least possibilities of what we're taking. And I did just successfully shorten the rear hydraulic brake line on hydraulic brakes on a mountain bike. Easy, successful. We'll do that at a different time. All right, well, let me switch the camera around and we'll get this started. All right, so nothing's really packed yet, but we've got I think that's a 10-degree bag, which is a little much for this time of year, which is mid-September, but you know, who likes being cold? So two nice down bags. Those will pack up into pretty tight quarters. We're each taking a down jacket, because it's probably going to be 40-ish at night, and you know, sitting around, who wants to be cold? And let's see, that's my little pillow, inflatable pillow, Sea to Summit, really love it. And Thermal Rest, Neo Air, I think they're called. One's a little heavier R value, so it's a little bigger, but those are awesome and they're small. You can see how small they are. This little pillow is really nice, and it's that small. These are chairs, so you know, who wants to sit around on a log and a rock and stuff? So those are worth the weight and the bulk, even though they're not particularly big. Helinox brand. That is my down jacket, and that is a Sil nylon poncho for you know, just setting up an outdoor shelter for keeping firewood dry and so forth. I like to take a bandana, which doubles as a towel and stuff. And then two bee-free water filters. Those have been to the Boundary Waters a couple times and are really nice. Trust them, as long as the water's not too turbid. Those will filter quite a lot of water, and as long as you're not filtering water for a whole bunch of people, those are handy. So that's one pile. Let's switch to the pile of cookware and stuff and go through that real quick. Okay, so here is, we'll do some close-ups on some of this stuff, but here is pile number 2, standard backpacks. No need to talk about those, but let's just set some stuff out on the table real quick. So this is a pot I like to take, which sort of doubles as kitchen storage. Let me just make sure that's in the view. Yep. So sometimes I take this battery, a couple USB ports for phones or whatever, but we don't tend to rely on that. Old Bay, we're going to take some fish and pretend like we caught it. That'll be yummy. We like a little sprinkle of Old Bay. Nothing fancy. 2 forks, 2 spoons, no high-tech titanium stuff. A broken spatula that I sanded down, makes a handy little camp spatula. Matches, too many of them, but whatever. A little thing of black pepper, salt, a little bit of olive oil for frying the fish, just unbreaded tilapia, and red pepper flakes, and a pot holder. So that's the basic kitchen setup with pretty self-contained stuff. And that's a nice pot. That's an MSR pot. Comes in handy for cooking, pretty versatile. So this is more cookware. Again, a little pocket rocket, MSR pocket rocket, butane stove. Love that. Small, hot, instant espresso. Cafe Bustelo, those are pretty good for instant coffee. 2 cans of butane, a fire seal, and my little cheap but nice Stanley cookware set. Nested in another little metal cup. These are really nice. Some more instant coffee. 15 bucks or whatever. And the nice plastic cups. It's versatile. You can boil a fair amount of water in it. And you know, if it gets ruined or this or that, you won't be heartbroken because you didn't spend a lot of money on it. Okay, so that's sort of kitchen number 2. I take, there's probably too much in here, but a little toiletries bag with various things in it. A little homemade first aid kit, a Leatherman, a little bit of bug repellent just because, some deodorant maybe for the car ride home, toothpaste, sunscreen, a little USB cord thing for phones, toothbrush, a little bit of camp soap. And I'll probably put my headlight will go in there. Pretty nice headlight. I can't remember the lumens, but it's a lot for a small headlight, like maybe 600 or 800. I've used that headlight on nighttime trail runs, that sort of thing, and it's plenty of light. Okay, toiletries bag, and this is not all the food, but a lot of it. I'll talk through some of it. So, street tacos are nice to take for bread. You can't crush them, don't have to refrigerate them. It's kind of like a little miniature pita, handy. A Ziploc bag with a couple of oatmeals, some pre-cooked, don't have to refrigerate it, bacon. We're gonna have, maybe I should talk through the dinners. We're gonna have fish and a pasta rice thing, night one. Next morning we're gonna have pancakes, which is not from scratch, which I like the homemade from scratch pancakes, but that's handy for camping. Then we're probably gonna snack around for lunch on beef jerky and Cliff Bar or two and a trail mix thing. And then night two, we're having breakfast for dinner, so that's the bacon. I'll take 2 fresh eggs in my fancy dancy 2 egg holder, 2 fresh eggs, bacon, some street tacos for bread. I'm taking a little cheese, a little butter that'll last for long enough. And again, nothing, some hot chocolate, some fruit bars. None of this is packed in a final format yet. And a sort of just add water, sort of hot apple cobbler thing, which is a little bit of an experiment, we'll see. There's the rice pasta thing we're gonna have with the fish. And that's most of the food. I'm gonna take just I wouldn't typically do it, but I'm gonna take just a little cooler, at least for the drive up to the park, which is probably 5 hours, with the fish, frozen fish, and a tiny bit of butter for the pancakes, a little bit of cheese for the breakfast, and then we'll just carry that in. We're taking a little lantern just for in case we're sitting around at night. We have a small hatchet, homemade sheath, nice little camp hatchet, a Sven saw, y'all probably know what that is. We're rocking that Garberg camp knife, really like that. It's got a nice sharp backing for striking sparks on a fire steel. About $80, which is not a lot for a mid to high quality camp knife. Nice leather sheath, and reinforcements in case the night gets boring, which I doubt. I'm not even sure we'll take both of those, but just in case. And a couple of camp snacks, and the critical of that, and a little camp skillet. That'll be for the fish and pancakes and whatever else. That's a nice versatile little skillet. And probably 2 Nalgene bottles, or 2 1-quart bottles, and a couple of plastic plates, and you know, this and that. There's a couple of Nalgenes. I'm not sure I'm taking that paracord. I like to take a fair amount of paracord just for stringing up tarp and the tent shell, and you know, whatever else you might need some paracord for. So anyway, that's not completely exhaustive, I don't think, but pretty close. So we'll make a little video up at Pattison State Park up near Duluth. It has the highest waterfall in the state, so it should be a fun trip. Nice and cool. Should be no bugs, no heat. And yeah, we'll make a little video on that trip and get that posted. But thought I'd do a quick little gear review, and just for fun, post it up, and we'll go from there. All right, everybody, so we'll see you probably in a week or 10 days. I'll get that posted up after the trip, and hope you're all doing well. Little postscript, and for the tent, we are taking a Marmot 3-person. It's called a Fortress. Our other tent is called a Marmot Tungsten. It's a 2-person, and I really love that tent, but it's pretty tight. 2 people in there, and you can't hardly put anything else in. So since we're not walking, you know, tens of miles or portaging, tens of miles or anything. We're going to graduate up to a 3-person for comfort and have a little more space in camp. So we'll show that at the site, and we'll see you at Pattison State Park.